What's going on, guys, and welcome back to, welcome to even episode 1 of the podcast. Now, to be honest, I've only just put this series into play. Literally yesterday I was sitting here looking at my channel, and at this point I didn't even have a channel banner, a new icon, because basically I've changed to the new YouTube 1 channel layout, and I mean, to be honest, it's not that brilliant. It really depends what type of YouTuber you are, so to speak. I mean, like, to be honest, I feel as if the last YouTube layout, I'm not going to say channel because that doesn't make sense. I almost did, to be fair. But the last YouTube layout before this one, so basically the one that most of you have got if you're currently not opting in for the one YouTube layout, as they're calling it. So yeah, the one before this, I feel as if it was aimed, basically it was more of the old style of layout, whereby YouTube partners have got the exclusivity of having the channel banner above, being able to put links on it, being able to add graphics and the overall background, and then of course you'd have the standard YouTube user who would just have a space to the left and to the right of the channel. But with this one, I feel as if they try to aim it more at, I don't know, like I'm getting personally a more business feel. Now, to be honest, I mean I might regret saying this in the near future, but I like what the new layout is able to do for channels, because basically, despite the fact that I design graphics, now if you want to view my portfolio, if you go onto my channel, on the banner there's a little circle like a globe, and then it says portfolio to the right. Just click that and it's got a few samples of work that I've done over the past. Nothing too professional, but it's something. So like I was saying, this is more a business feel, because despite the fact that I designed graphics, the last YouTube layout and layouts previously, no matter how appealing they were, like to design for, I was never able to fully grasp the how do I put it, the whole background, because YouTube had this thing whereby you couldn't just upload your background and then it would be automatically the same all the way around on the outside. It was often the case that you had to put a colour, because YouTube had this thing where you had a background colour and then you had your image, and at times I found it hard to design for the most part, because it was like, despite the fact that in Photoshop you can get the colour code, so you could change the background colour on YouTube to the same as your image background, it was very much the case that it was often hard to pull off. And it was also the case that if you often, I don't know, I use Google Chrome, for example. My internet zoom is at 100%. So it was often the case quite some time ago, I don't know if it still happens now, but if you zoomed out, I don't know how it works on percentages, if going down as if 90 is out or in, but basically if you zoomed out on the web page, you'd often see that bits on the left and right hand side weren't the same, and it was a case of, if you weren't zoomed into 100%, then the background would look disfigured and stuff. And I mean, that isn't an issue, but all I'm saying is it was hard to design for the whole thing because of the way that it was set up. I mean, the channel banner was decent enough, it was just too much for myself. I felt as if I was designing a desktop background and somewhat for YouTube in the same sense, simply because you had to fill the whole web page and come up with different designs. And often I would put a focus on the channel banner, and then it would come to the case where I'd have nothing to put on the left and right, because I always struggled with that personally. It was a case of I had to, over time I've learned in Photoshop how to do little things here and there, and it's took me quite some time, maybe a couple of years, just to get to where I am now. I mean, I'm still not the best designer, but I've got, I can think of a project or an idea, and I'll try and put that as best as I can. I'm still learning. I mean, of course, every day you're learning, but like I say, it was too much on the left and right side to design for. Whereas with this, I'm looking at the YouTube, the one layout now on my channel, and I suppose the beauty of this is that the beauty of the layout is that I'm getting a business feel. Like I say, it's and like I say, I might regret this in time to come, but I'm feeling it for now. One of the, if you go onto my channel at the moment, I've got my YouTube icon. It's basically, it says MC, which are the initials for Minecraft, and then I've got a border and then an indent background and stuff, and that's, I have to admit, that was quite nice to design for, because YouTube icons are only 800 by 800, and luckily I got it right first time. In terms of, often when you design, you come up with a sketch, you preview it. I don't know, if you're designing a web page, you then look and see how it looks, and then you change bits here and there appropriate to the company or your personal design, so on and so forth. But with the YouTube icon, it was very much enjoyable to design for, because it was something small. I had an idea, I went with it, and it worked. Now, I have to admit, I had to design the channel banner first, simply because if you go and visit youtube.com/Xbox Ahoy, basically someone who does Call of Duty gun reviews in quite a unique style, both for visual graphics and the way that his whole series is put together. But if you go and visit Xbox Ahoy, you'll see his icon. I believe it's a X and an A, indented into a coloured background with a border and stuff, and that's where the sort of inspiration or design idea come from originally. It's not exactly copying, to be honest. When you're designing graphics and graphical pieces, you always need, especially if it's a long project and it takes time to design, you always need inspiration and stuff, because you start off with an original idea and you'll put ideas here and there, and then you'll look at it and you won't, I don't know, like in my personal experience, I try to design web pages, not code them, just for the look. So basically it'll be a web page inside a 920 by 1080 or a 1280 by 720 PNG, something that was designed in Photoshop, and it would never come to become a web page. But I often found that I started off with an idea and I had a clear-cut view of what I wanted. But then by the time it come to little things here and there, it was very much hard to design for. Maybe it just comes down to personal experience and not understanding what makes a good web page and stuff. But I struggled with the finer details and trying to input everything. I mean, especially colour schemes, it was very much hard to design for. And I mean, with this, like going back to not to get too sidetracked, but going back to the channel banner, it was a simple gradient with my YouTube, not even my Minecraft avatar, the face of my Minecraft skin, pardon me there, put in there, and I think it looks clean and professional. I feel as if the general layout of this is more business aimed, and I definitely get the feel that it's driven towards promoting your channel less for customization and more for viewership, so to speak. Simply for the fact that you've got this new thing of a subscription trailer. Now it's basically where, that's just what I'll call it for now anyway, I'm not sure what the actual name is, but it's basically your channel trailer, whereby you can make or input a current video you've already got as your channel trailer, and basically people who aren't subscribed to you, when they visit your channel, that's the content that they'll see. So that's the first idea that they get of you, first impression even. So I mean, for myself, I'm just inputting my latest video. At the moment I've got Adventures in Minecraft episode 7. I may put this podcast episode in there just to drive promotion towards this. It really depends what your style is. I mean, I was watching or listening even to the Minecraft podcast, and basically it was episode, I'm not sure, but the title's Beefless or something. So if you go into the Minecraft Network podcast channel and search Beefless, you'll find it. But somewhere within that episode or podcast, they were talking about the whole layout in general, and the way that the only, or the channels that are going to benefit from this or do the best from the channel trailer in general are those that either have your face included in it or are very visual effects reliance. So things shooting out here and there, different videos included, maybe your face occasionally. And to be honest, I kind of agree in the fact that, when going back to the old layout briefly, you, on your channel, you had a video that you put at the top. Now, I'm not sure if that was option, like as if you could opt out of that. I think it was mandatory, so you had to do it. But either way, you had a video at the top and you could make it so that every time someone visited your channel, it played automatically, or they had to start it themselves. And to be honest, that feature, I mean, despite the fact that it gets you a lot of views, when you go into someone else's channel, especially people who use, I don't know, a music genre that's not to your taste, you if you don't know what's going on and you're trying to find this sound, where's it coming from, it can be quite annoying and drive people away. But with this one, with the new layout, I'm personally, for the moment, I feel as if putting my latest video in there suffices, or a video that I want to drive specific viewership to, gain, because the whole idea is to blow your content up, no matter how big or small you are. I suppose if you're a bigger channel, I don't know, let's use some of the Minecraft personnel, for example. You've got Vintage Beef, you've got ESO, you've got Badge and Good, just some of them, B00. Basically, those specific people, they're big enough to the point where if they upload a video at any time of the day, they are going to get thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views. I went onto Etho's channel. I was watching his latest episode of his Let's Play, where he designed, or continued to design even, the library that he's currently working on. Now, when I watched it, it had 302 views. Now, for those of you that don't know, popular videos that gather views, we're talking thousands within a few minutes and stuff, their viewership will freeze. Now, it's not specifically a few thousand. It doesn't exactly work like that, but that's just an example. So, I went on there and I watched it when it was stuck on 302. I went back a day later, 900 and some thousand. So 900 plus thousand views over the course of a day. That, to be honest, the viewership, and to have a subscriber base such as that is a dream that many people aspire to. One that I possibly aspire to myself. But I'm happy with where I am personally at my channel. So, like I was saying, I feel happy with putting my video there. Simply for the fact that I want to drive all my viewers, all my views that I'm going to get to that specific video, and gain the series as much exposure as possible. Now, this is the thing with doing a new series such as this. This is something that I've never done before, and therefore it's very much new in the fact that I don't know how people are going to react to this, because in theory all a podcast is a person or personnel talking in a microphone. Now you can add little things here and there, but the basic idea behind a podcast is simply audio, possibly an image on the screen like the one you're seeing at the moment. But how do you advance from that? How do you make it so that people feel part of it? Because you have to interact somewhat with an audience, to get them involved. And this is something that I find when I'm recording my Minecraft Let's Play. If you talk in first person even, so if you say, I'm just going to do this, or I'm just going to fix this, it often creates an impression on the viewer, and I've got this impression as a viewer, that you're not part of the series, to the extent where the content creator, the person that's creating the videos, is more doing it for himself. Now, it's something that goes unsaid, and something that you pick up, or should do at least, when you're making videos, that talking in third person to the point where you're like, oh, we'll go and fix this, or stuff like that. The way that you commentate during a video, and the way that you make the audience feel, or the viewers feel involved in an episode, is what depends on the success of your series, or one of the factors that goes into depending on the success of your series. Other things, for example, if we take my Minecraft Let's Play, the quality of video, the interaction, the commentary, the thumbnails, everything that you do in a video counts, and something that viewers look for is consistency. And as soon as I started my Minecraft Let's Play, I made the mistake of starting the Let's Play on one Minecraft world and then instantly switching to another, simply for the facts. There was personal reasons, and I believe I explained it in the video. All you have to do to view that is go onto my channel. There's a playlist called Adventures in Minecraft, and then you can watch episode 1 and 2 and see the difference. But like I say, consistency. So if you're going to start a Let's Play, make sure that it's not always the case, because if you started we're going to use Minecraft Let's Play series as an example again, but if you started the series way back in Minecraft Alpha, to the point where YouTube wasn't at an established such as it is now, you're not going to have partnership thumbnails, etc. And depending on how many videos you made in that playlist, it's going to take a heck of a long time to create a thumbnail for every single episode, and it's simply not possible. Whereby, when I created the series, my channel was established, I've got the ability to add thumbnails, monetization, etc, etc. So I tried to make sure and do as much as possible to make the viewers feel involved, and that somewhat backfired on the editing process, because I would have a short video clip of me flying over a certain part of the world, and then I would have music, and then it would cut into the start of a video, and then I would have something in the middle of the screen, the episode name or number or something, and that was very risky in itself, because what I used to do was, when the video started, the actual Minecraft gameplay, the cutscene in the middle would have the video title in. Now, if I ever changed the video title, that would mean that I'd have to re-render the whole video, which in consideration is a long process, and then upload it again. And I mean, you could leave it there, but it would look untidy and unprofessional. So, what episode was it? Episode 6, I believe. I changed the way that the series was being run. I changed the thumbnail, the visual look of the thumbnail, certain parts of the thumbnail. I got rid of the insert in the beginning of the video. I got rid of the outro border and simply put a PNG image in there that I created in Photoshop. It was very much, I feel, pardon me, I feel as if the Adventures in Minecraft series that I create is at a point where I'm happy and it's easy enough to create. Basically, I know now all I do to create the episode is insert the video introduction, the episode, possibly a few edits here and there, maybe audio if I've messed something up, merge videos together, add effects or if appropriate, and then the PNG image as the video outro, and that suffices as an episode. And that was much easier than what I was doing before, because both on the editing part and the rendering time, because in Sony Vegas, I believe the more audio and video channels that you have, the longer it takes to render a video. And then I had something like 4 to 6 channels. I don't remember how many audio, how many video, but something like 6 channels, which was ridiculously long. And this one I've only got, I think it's 3 or 4. Possibly 3, and that suffices. That's simple and it's easy enough to render. So, I feel as if I'm at the point of a series where consistency is very much key. For example, the whole layout in general, basically of the YouTube channel now, enables you to put your series out there and let viewers see what they want to watch. I mean, this is something that personally I enjoy, for the simple fact that when I'm watching the Mindcrack guys and they've got their Mindcrack Let's Play video, I can instantly go on their channel and click episode 1 of where they started out. And this is something that I do often. Basically, I will go back to the beginning of a series and just watch a few episodes here and there when either I'm waiting for an episode to be released, a new one, or I simply just want to go back and be a bit nostalgic or see how they started out and stuff. And this is something that you have to do, or is very much key to do when you're creating a new series. Look at the market that you're going into. So if you're doing Minecraft Let's Plays again, look at popular people or popular YouTube channels that make Minecraft Let's Play series, because the idea behind a Minecraft Let's Play is very much a stone wall. It's very much boring. It's basically you commentating, recording a gameplay, and then uploading it. Thousands of people that do this, absolutely thousands. Okay, what makes them key? What makes it to the point where they are getting thousands of views? How did they become what they are? Now, they didn't do it off this single Minecraft Let's Play. They've built this up over years or months even. Some people are that, their content is that appealing to an audience. But they build it up and they become established over time. So look at the market that you're going into and make sure that you do some research with what you want to do in terms of your series layout, what makes you different. Something that I had to look for, I'll briefly talk about before I have to end the podcast here due to timing. But something that I did, I looked at CoStar, Ethos Lab, and then a few other commentators, but basically I used CoStar and Ethos Lab as the main inspiration behind the Let's Play series, simply because the way that, if we take CoStar first of all, CoStar isn't in the Minecraft network, just to be clear as of the present time, but the way that CoStar presents his Let's Play, Coast Quest, he's got the CoStar logo, episode number, and then his interaction in the episode and the amount that he gets done and his work ethic behind, or the amount of work that goes into the video, is so great that half of the stuff he does you don't see on camera simply, whether it's digging out a few thousand blocks in another, that it might not sound like work, but you have to understand that for someone, I don't believe he does, but for someone who does YouTube as a full-time career, and for someone who, if you don't do it as a full-time career, it's hard to contemplate how playing a video game at any level for any amount of time can be classed as work. But what you have to understand is, no matter what you're doing, it takes effort. I mean, for a brief example, Etho working for 10 hours on the Nether hub in the Minecraft server. Okay, now that might not seem that much in terms of physical work. All he's done is sat at the computer and stuff, but that's very much work ethic. You know, it proves that someone is determined to sit down and put the time and effort in for the benefit of others and for the own series and so on. So something you have to look for is the market that you're going into and the competitors and what makes them unique, and try and pick out bits here and there that you can use that you feel is going to benefit you as a content creator. And that's very much what I did with Adventures in Minecraft, and that's hopefully what I'm going to do with the podcast series. There's a few ideas here and there that I want to input over time, and hopefully this series is going to be more frequent than once a week, such as Adventures in Minecraft, because this series I created to put as a how shall I say this, as something other than just one video a week, because that's not sufficing for viewers. I can clearly see that on these statistics. So hopefully this series is going to be more frequent, and hopefully I can come up with topics to talk about for episodes, maybe every other day or every 2 days, possibly, I might say for now. I can't guarantee, so please do not hold me to that. But yeah, so hopefully I can release an episode every couple of days, and hopefully come up with a topic that's beneficial enough for viewers and stuff that I want to get off my chest, to talk about. So I guess I'm going to round off the podcast here, guys. I have to say, if you've listened to this, it's currently just under 27 minutes. If you've listened to the whole of this episode, thank you. It's very much appreciated. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully this is something that gets good feedback, and I'll continue to do and becomes an ever-growing series of mine. You never know. All great ideas start small. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for listening, even, I should say. I got too used to doing Minecraft Let's Plays there. But thanks for listening. If you've got any feedback, then do leave it below. All comments, likes, etc. are appreciated. And I guess that's it. So thanks for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.